Nothing is going to change unless you put your feet to the ground and say, I'm digging my heels in. I know it's going to be hard. I know I'm going to have pushback. I know it's going to be requiring me to put time into it. When all my friends are out there running around and clubbing and doing this and chasing tail and doing this and doing that and drinking and having fun on the weekends, no, I'm going to be in these charts studying. I'm going to be living my life differently. But they're still going to be out there trying to chase tail, broke as fuck, driving a beater fucking car, and ain't doing shit in their life. And you'll be able to pull down annual fucking salaries on a week. You can't even imagine where you're going to be. You can't even imagine it. Whatever you think is your level of success, it's not big enough. It's not big enough. You have no idea when you strip all these limitations that you put on yourself. You shackle yourself with your own mindset. You do it. This is all I can see myself doing right now. When you start making $100,000 a year, you start thinking to yourself, well, shit, that wasn't all that hard. I thought it was really hard. Well, now I'm going to aim for $500,000. And the attempts that you do to do that, you get there in less than half the time. And you start thinking, well, shit, they say the first $1 million is the hardest one. I'm about there. Boom, in a couple more months, and then you're there. Then you look back and say, $1 million isn't all that much money. And yeah, it took some effort, but it didn't take as much effort as I thought it was going to take. And then you start making $5 million, $10 million. 15 million, 50 million. And I know I'm talking in numbers none of you can fucking comprehend, but it is what it is, folks. It's just math. It's just math. You're compounding the efforts of what you're able to do on the smallest form. In that little cookie cutter mold that I'm going to find 5 handles in the S&P to begin with. And I'm going to let it grow till I can start doing 8. And then 10, or start with 20 in NASDAQ and work towards 30 and 40 to 50. You only got to do them a few times a week, folks. And as your equity increases, you can afford to do more contracts. That compounds, and you keep adding it more and more and more. But the level of risk is always the same. Whatever you associate in terms of your risk, I'm not going to risk more than 1%. But I can't get rich trading with 1%. Bullshit. You can get rich trading with 1/4%. You have to submit the time. None of you want to do that part, but that's the part you have to submit to. That's the first thing I submitted to when I first started trading. I had a 20-year plan. Imagine me writing a book. How to be successful and retire 20 years as a trader. Nobody's buying that book. Now, in the 80s and the 90s, that would have been a great title because everything was around what? And for you younger folks, you ain't going to know this, but it was all mutual fund. It was when mutual funds and fidelity. Everybody was trying to get people to invest in these mutual funds. And they were projecting, this is what you should do. Average is 12% return on stocks over the course of the years. You put this much money in, your money can compound. You'll have $1 million by the time you're whatever. So I was like, well, shit. If I can make 12% in a mutual fund a year, what happens if I start making 12% a month? And then what happens when I start making 12% every 2 weeks? And then what happens if I make 12% a week? And what happens if I can compound my efforts and find trades that yield 12% in the same day? Suddenly, all these big numbers that were fearful for me as even contemplating as realistic ever to reach for, they became reachable. Because I'm not increasing the level of effort in my trades. All I need is the setup. And as the equity increases in the baseline is whatever it is at the time, it's $100,000, $250,000, $500,000, $1 million account. Whatever that is, the risk percentage is never increasing. So whatever you've adopted as your model is, this is what I'm going to risk. It's going to be 1% or less. It's going to be 0.5%. It's going to be 1/4%. You're trying to tell me you're not satisfied risking 1/4% of $1 million if you have that in your trading. Okay, it's real money, not funded bullshit. It's real money, and you're able to take down a setup that yields 5 to 8 to 10 times what you're risking. Really? You don't think that that's a good living? 50 fucking grand a week? You can't get rich? Oh yeah, you're fucking great. That's rich. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You failed math. But you have to give yourself time.
All right, guys. Good morning. TGIM. Thank God. I think, right? Thank God it's Monday. That's what they say. Oh, good morning, guys. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you had a good weekend. Craziness. There's blood in these streets, boys and girls. Absolute chaos, turmoil. Good morning, guys. Say what's up in the chat. Like the stream on your way in. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from this morning. What's up, Shamar? What's up, Benedict? What's up, Arbaz? Sasha and MR, Don the S rank, Ivan, MJ, Jan, good to see ya. Ferdinando, Pain, Avit, Storm Scalp, good to see you, man. What's up, Nika, Ryan? What's up, Leo, Ricardo, Kookie, Tom, Brian, Rami, Trading View. What's up, dude? How you been? What's up, J-Mark? Noble, what's up, man? How you guys doing? Good? Let me know in the poll how you guys are feeling today. Bullish, bearish, or if you're just tariff-fied. Oh, we need a badumts. That's good. I stole that from Top Step TV today. I saw their title was "Don't be tariff-fied." I thought that was funny. Classic. All right. Well, hey, might as well get right into it here. Let's dive into the charts. So obviously we have to be cognizant of the limit down rules as well today, as always. Oh, not sure what that was, but I personally don't think that we've put in necessarily a, you know, tradable low as of yet, to be honest, on these higher time frames. Obviously we had the ginormous gap down yesterday at the open. What we gapped down like damn near 1,000 points. I guess technically we ended up going over 1,000 points if you go to the low, but we put in these equal lows here on the NASDAQ and on ES as well. No SMT divergences, even if you were to include YM. We did not put any divergence or manipulation at the lows. In my opinion, I think I don't see why we wouldn't want to keep going lower, to be honest. So price traded up into this new week opening gap, and as you guys can see, we're showing respect to the gap as of right now. I had my eye on this 1 hour. Gap right here, and in my opinion, obviously, if we lose this gap, I would think that we just probably start heading for these lows. We would not be able to trade into these lows without breaching rules, unfortunately. So, I don't know if you guys saw, the CEO of My Funded Futures dropped this circuit breaker indicator on X on Friday, I think it was. Anyway, I added this to my chart. We'll see if it lines up. I think the limits are a little bit off, if I'm being totally honest. I do want to mark out these price limits, though. Here on the CME website, let me go to NASDAQ. We want... Where is it? NQM5. Here we go. So we want 7% prices, 16,321 and a quarter. 16,321. Here we go. So this is the 7%, not the Top Step 5%. So essentially we want to leave 2%, you know, probably maybe even a sliver more, like 2% above that for the 5% Top Step and most funding firm rules here. So I'm just going to mark these out so we know where they're at, so we're not in trouble of breaching these and having people get their accounts or their trades liquidated. It is not a hard breach, by the way, for anybody wondering. It is not a hard breach. Just like an auto liquidation, basically, of whatever trades you're in. 5% down. We'll make this. We'll make these levels big and red. Bloody. Oh, fun stuff, boys and girls. 7% down. So then this would be if you're on live accounts, you know, don't want to be trapped in these limit down areas and be in a trade. So it's good to at least know where they are. But with all that being said, yeah, so you can see this indicator actually isn't totally, if you're going off the CME, if you're going off the actual CME prices that they give you, then this indicator is a little bit off. Little bit off. Not sure if it matters all that much, but yeah, here we are, guys, on the hourly for NASDAQ. You know, if you are able to put any trades on, if you do end up putting any trades on today, you got to be obviously very aware of your stop loss size, because it is volatile. Volatile can get the VIX. If you guys pay attention to that at all, we jumped. Let's see if we've come down at all. My trading view will stop lagging out here. So if you're looking at the VIX, you can see where we're at. Let me scale up here a little bit. Is your guys' trading view laggy, or is it just mine? My Top Step X looks like it's fine. Top Step X chart's moving fine. Trading view is a little laggy on me today. I guess everybody's logging into the charts this morning to see what the fuck's going on. So yeah, here we are on the VIX, guys. This is the monthly time frame. We are approaching levels. This spike was August of 24. Last time we were up in these levels on the VIX. And then, you know, go back to 2020, COVID spike. And then you're back to 2008. So it's just where we're at right now in terms of volatility. Let's drop back down here. So yeah, I would like to see what we do with this hourly fair value gap. You know, if we can close below it, which it looks like we have a good chance of doing, then I would entertain shorts, probably just to like this little bit lower gap right here, just to be safe with like the 5% down roll. I would have buy limits here. So that, but I'd be open to this. I definitely don't mind the looks of this setup short if we can get that or not. And you know, if in the next 5 to 10 minutes we just like shoot straight down here, we're 4 minutes into the open right now. So if we just like melt, then well, there's not really much any of us can do at that point, as it is, unless you're already short in this market. But scale in here a little bit. Let me check ES. Yeah, not really any SMTs at these highs either. It's always a little bit tougher when you feel like you're in the middle of the range and you have relative equal highs and relative equal lows, you know? Just, you know, if you're really set on trying to like force it one way or the other, you could be very easily wrong. Unless I'm missing, no. Okay. Here's a 15-minute. Nice bearish close on the 15. Created an inversion there. Still got 24 minutes left on this hourly and 4-hour candle. We looks like we're selling off here. Alvaro, welcome. Thanks, man. Let me pull up the chat. The final poll numbers: 26% bullish, 48% bearish, 26%. I don't know. I'm scared, bro. I get that. So yeah, guys, we'll see what this week has in store. Obviously, there's no news today, right? So no news on the Forex Factory today. There is apparently a closed board meeting with the Fed today. that just got announced this morning. Lots of stuff going on. I mean, China halted their markets. They had the worst single-digit day in their history since 2008. Today, I saw Europe. Europe is now coming to the table saying that they're ready to negotiate tariffs with Trump. So it's yeah, a lot of things moving and shaking right now. But yeah, looking ahead to this week, we have CPI Thursday. Obviously, looking forward to that, and then FOMC meeting minutes on Wednesday. You know, obviously we're so volatile right now that like these ranges are so big that you can still catch a lot of points even in range-bound markets. But my expectation going into this week is going to be, I'm going to proceed with a lot of caution early part of this week. And, you know, get us into those CPI numbers and PPI Thursday and Friday. Man, look at this. We're just selling right off here. Well, fuck. Yeah, I was leaning for shorts, but I mean, it's just going, this is going straight down, dude. ES is a little bit weaker. We're already like, we're just not leaving a lot of room for opportunity unless we can get some retracement back up into here to do a whole heck of a lot with, man. Let me know if you guys are already short this market. Let's find market open here. Yeah, here's 10:30 or 9:30. You know, I don't really see like the greatest of opportunities here where you would have, unless you're just clicking the short button as soon as market opens. But 5 minute immediate retest of this low. So just like what's going through my head right now is like my short idea. I only wanted to short into this 1 hour gap here, this low, because anything below that, I just think we're getting too close to any limit rules. Like I do think that price will go for these equal lows down here, but we're not even allowed to trade that. So not much we can do. It's unfortunate that the Sunday open and Sunday rolls into today. That's the only unfortunate part. That's why not a whole lot of space left to do much with, honestly. But yeah, crazy. Just looking at the like different sentiments even on social media and Twitter especially, it's pretty crazy. And looking at like the fear and greed index, we're hitting, we've been in extreme fear levels for the stock market now for pretty much all of last week. Crypto is finally starting to get into that level as well. Crypto just absolutely fucking died over the weekend. I don't know if you guys paid any attention, but absolutely died. Bitcoin's at 76K. XRP $1.76 at the moment. I saw some of these numbers. It was like Cardano was down like 16% or something. Ethereum, nobody even knows what Ethereum is anymore. So yeah, we're hitting a lot of extreme fear levels. We did take out, I don't know if I covered this on stream. Friday or not. We hadn't quite gotten to those levels yet, but the levels that I was paying attention to was previous yearly low. So NASDAQ, we took out previous yearly low, 17,000, you know, call it 500 for an easy round number, 17,500 level. And the range that I had marked out was just premium and discount of this leg from 2022 lows to 2024 highs. And here's where we're at. So we're trading into now OTE of this range, discount of this leg. I mean, I guess if you're extremely bearish, maybe you're looking for 2022 lows to be taken, but that'd be pretty nuts. Almost I mean, you're coming up on a 50% sell-off. So anyway, we did hit this lower 1 hour gap, by the way. I'm not bullish though. Like, people might be thinking right now, like, oh, Tyler, would you be interested in? It wouldn't be my first choice. I can't say that I wouldn't be interested. I would understand the logic of, like, you get this 1 hour sweep here because we got these equal highs that we printed right here inside the new week opening gap. Like, I could see the appeal for maybe wanting to try longing into this, but I'm just not as interested in the long, to be honest, just because of these equal lows being down here. And I mean, obviously we're bearish as all get out. So, it wouldn't be my first choice. I'm not going to say I wouldn't understand what you're seeing there, but to me, it just seems like a very risky game to try to play with that. You know, a lot of people are, I'm assuming, coming to the market and they have this, like, you know, how many days in a row can we get these limit down days? How many expansion days lower can we have? Like, you know, we've had 3 in a row now, so people think that we're ready for a slowdown, and maybe that could be the case, but just when you think that the market can't keep going lower, that's exactly when it keeps going lower, right? Generally, if people have a feeling and a sentiment that we can't just keep going lower, we're just going to keep going lower, or and vice versa. If we can't keep going higher, we can just keep going higher. We see it all the time. You know, they always say that the market can be irrational longer than most traders can stay solvent. So don't be a fool today. Don't be silly. Yeah, pretty nuts here. Let me read through some of these chats. Sorry guys, I haven't been reading the chat yet. Just kind of going through my thoughts here. I didn't really, I asked you guys if anybody had already been short. I was just curious. I don't think there was a great opportunity to go short here necessarily. Like I said, unless you're just using your sentiment in hope of, like, I just hope we keep going lower, so I'm just going to short it. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really feel like there was anything over the top fantastic. But especially with it being like market open. Next bull run is going to be insane. Yeah, the only question is when the bull run's going to happen. It kind of just depends. Possible no trade today, Tyler? Yeah, possibly, yeah. I was going to just not stream today if price was, you know, at -5% when I checked this morning, but we had kind of retraced a little bit. We had retraced into the new week opening gap, so in my mind, I'm like, oh shit, well, let's do a stream because we could maybe catch shorts from new week opening gap down to towards the lows, right? I knew we weren't going to be able to trade into the lows, but that was my thought process, and that's why I decided to stream this morning, and, you know, here we are already there, so, you know, we'll wait and see if we get an opportunity. You know, the unfortunate part about this is now it's like, I said I'm not, like, going long isn't my first choice, you know, but if you're looking to take trades, especially on, like, Top Step or most firms, you're probably, that's what you're going to be up against, is either longing or waiting for price to retrace before looking to get short. Man, that's just reality of it. You just gotta be patient, man. These you know, these big crashes like this, these big like limit downs, like for most of you, this is probably your first time dealing with limit downs. And even for people that have been trading a while and have experienced it before, this is pretty unprecedented. We've been witnessing history for the last, like, going on a week now. So, yeah, now's not the time to try to be a hero and try to look like the smartest trader on the planet. Now's the time to just sit back and wait for the smoke to clear. You know, depending on how big of an outlook you're taking on the market, looking at, like, the quarterly candle, which is here, you know, you guys got to remember, quarter 2 just started. It just started. We are only it's the 7th today. So yeah, we're 7 days into Q2 of 2025. And so far, this is our quarterly candle. From the low, or from the high to the current low, almost, yeah, 18%. Almost an 18% candle. 7 days in. So yeah, in terms of like trying to time, like these are good ad levels, obviously, for like long-term portfolio investing. A lot of stuff is down. You know, if you're even looking at Tesla, like Tesla's down like over 50% overall. It's pretty nuts. $56% on Tesla. Nvidia. We're down 43%. Meta. 35%. Google. I mean, yeah, it's all kind of 30 to 50% here. Amazon. So yeah, I mean, it's great opportunities, right? So like me personally, I've just been like trying to like nibble at these levels because, you know, I'm not sitting here trying to load the boats completely thinking that we've hit a bottom. I think if you're waiting for confirmation, you would be waiting for a swing low to get put in at least on a monthly, which would mean you're waiting at least another month after this month, right? So you'd have to wait and see if like this month puts in a swing low, you wait for that next candle to confirm the swing low, and then, you know, that classic four candle expansion, right? So, and that'd be just looking at the monthly, right? I guess you could just take that perspective down time frames to weekly or whatever, but you could also be zooming out all the way to the quarterly candle as well, you know, and trying to time things that way. So nobody knows where the bottom will be, but the way that I've always looked at it is, you know, if you're young enough, which most of us I assume are, you have the time to wait out any sort of deeper crash anyway, with more opportunity to buy. Look at this reaction, guys, off this gap. Do we have manipulation at the low at least? No. Here's still our 1 hour candle, guys. We still got 11 minutes left on this candle, honestly, so I'm not in a rush. And we got really close to that 5% down threshold. Hey, the idea was pretty spot on though, wasn't it? Just went there a lot sooner than I was hoping it would. Trading down to this 1 hour gap, and look at that. Damn, that would have been nice, huh? Freaking perfect snipe that would have been. $200 points. That's crazy. Yeah, no need to trade minis right now. Honestly, like most people's accounts, I like. Gosh, I don't know. Like, some people might be in like one micro territory, honestly. Yeah. Just picture if you were to hypothetically, well, I don't know, like look to get long here. You got these imbalances with this breaker. Like hypothetically, if you were to long this breaker here, you're looking at, I don't know, stop like this roughly. And yeah, I mean, on a 50K sized account, you would be risking about $300 on one micro. Oh yeah, and then you got margin requirements depending on broker. I saw that a lot of live brokers were increasing margins So you just gotta be careful, man. You know, like they're increasing margins for a reason. This move would make the 1 hour fair value gap respected. Yeah, we are macro's just beginning. We got 9 minutes left until the hourly close. Yeah, look at this V recovery though. Shit, going right back up to these highs. Let's see. This was about the 15-minute mark. 15 minutes into the open here. Take out this hourly gap. Down almost 5% on the day, and then we reverse from here back into this original 1 hour gap. And yeah, this looks landscape of this price action looks a slight bit different, don't it? With this hourly close respecting here. Like I said, longs weren't my first choice this morning. This short down into here was actually my first choice this morning. But yeah, if we get this close right here, I don't see why this move at least to this high doesn't make sense, right? I think that would make all the sense in the world at that point. NQ is the stronger of the two here. But yeah, I'm gonna wait for these closures and yeah, I don't know. I'm just not feeling like being in a rush today. Well, that's about all I know for now, boys and girls. My goodness. Caught the move up, Tyler. Toucan. Nice. Got $300 on the long. Jeez. You guys are already firing away. Tyler, what do you think about Jade, especially when you see he is doing with a 30% win rate? Is he only doing it with a 30% win rate? Is that true? I didn't see that statistic, but maybe that's true. I wouldn't not believe it, I guess. I think one thing that I've noticed being like somebody that puts out trading content on social media and then like live streams along with that, it is interesting how much people that watch me live stream and how much people would just comment on my videos on TikTok or wherever. I think like you guys just expect people to win all the fucking time. When in reality, it's like from your purview, from your perspective, not like all of you, but like many people, from most people's perspective, somebody losing half their trades gives off this like perception that like, oh, they suck at trading. When in reality, it's like 30, 40, 50, 60% win rates are actually fucking awesome. You know? And I think that's the psychological difficulty with trading is people that are still trying to figure it out. They haven't yet accepted the fact that they're going to lose like half their trades or more. And they can still be profitable with the right risk management. You know? So it is funny. But yeah, no, I think what Jade's doing is incredible. I mean, there's no denying it, right? Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. I don't know if anybody knows like the statistics and the data with like you know, did he blow a bunch of accounts like really pushing it early on? Because I know, you know, just like with Apex specifically with the trailing drawdown rules, those go away eventually. But like to get enough in profit to be at that point, I think that's pretty difficult to do, especially with like the intraday drawdown rules. But yeah, no, it's pretty dope to see, to be honest. I watched his YouTube video yesterday where he talked about his record. Did he actually take the payout already? The 2 million? He didn't really specify in the video, to be honest. But it just goes to show, right? And he said, I thought everything he said in his video. If you haven't watched his video yesterday, I would go watch it. I thought he nailed it. And it really put it in perspective. His 15 years of experience. And I just think it's such useful insight for people that are honestly, if you're new to trading in the last like 3, 4, 5 years, just picture yourself like, let's say you've been trading for 5 years. Some of you haven't even been trading that long. Let's say you've been trading 5 years and you think that you've got a lot of experience now. I mean, just think of where you're going to be in 10 years, 15 years, 30 years. I mean, it's just like the level of growth, hopefully, that you're going to do from now to 5, 10, 15 years of time and as a trader, you're going to be you're going to be such a better trader then even than you are now, and you probably look back on the trades that you took, your first year or two, and you're like, God, I can't believe I fucking some of the trades I used to take would make you cringe, right? You'll feel that way probably in 10 years than you do about your trades now, even if you've been trading for a while. I got a 30% win rate, always 1 to 3.5 to 4R, constantly grinding up. Nice. We just reversed 400 points. Thank you. I did not notice. Ryzen's up 1,500 for the day. Nice. We lose 4 trades, win 1 on break even. So it's all about risk management. Yep. I have 1 year of experience and it's a lot. Oscar says free money if you short right now. What? Bro, this thing's going straight up. We got equal highs right above too. I know, Anthony, it's nuts. Yep. But hey, trading's optional, hey. A lot of people getting hurt right now just by simply pressing buttons. Yeah, TradingView is kind of bugging for me a little earlier. It seems to be fine now, but I haven't been like jumping around as much either. When I was trying to like jump around, then yeah, TradingView was like really glitchy for me. Equal highs about to be taken here. We're trading back into this gap, but 1 hour candle is about to close in less than a minute. Yeah, what a rally off this low here. Yeah, so we kind of, I mean, we read this move pretty decent, like in terms of a tape read, but as far as like an actual trade execution here, I don't know. I didn't really, there was no like setups here that really jumped off the screen to me for either of these moves, down or up, to be honest. I mean, yeah, look at these 1 minute candles. This is straight up. High just got taken out here. We're still in that new week opening gap. Hourly is about to close a few seconds here. We should have SMT at this high with ES right now as well, for the moment, which we do. Yeah, see, when I try to switch my charts, then yeah, it gets kind of glitchy on me. Yeah, a lot of activity, I'm sure. People taking a look at things. So the 1 hour candle did end up obviously respecting. Created this ginormous Judas swing, giant wick on the previous 1 hour candle. 4 hour candle just closed as well. Let's take a look at that. This is the 4 hour candle. Well, if you're looking at the 4 hour here, what do you think? Are you guys of the opinion that we get this 4 hour candle expansion higher? We just confirmed this 4 hour swing low with this previous close. What do you guys think? What's the chat think today? Speed matter. Can you do copy trades in TradingView with TradeAvay? I don't think so. Unless that has changed, but I don't believe you can. I probably wouldn't be interested in this 4-hour expansion, honestly, until... Not with this SMT against it. I don't like that. If you guys can't tell, I'm definitely still more comfortable with the idea of lower. How do you handle not being a doom scroller while having social media? Do you balance consuming with producing? I won't say that I don't doom scroll. I definitely do sometimes. My friends will tell you that when I'm doom scrolling for like a good 15, 20 minutes, I'll just send them like freaking... I'm that friend that's sending you like a dozen reels all at once, knowing that you're not going to watch a single one of them. A dozen reels or a dozen TikToks. Because they're all funny as fuck. But yeah, I don't know. It's sometimes it's good to just shut the mind off for 15, 20 minutes and doom scroll. Obviously, there's people that do it way too much. So you got to kind of find that healthy balance. But yeah, I try to use social media more for creating than I do consuming. Honestly, if you just keep yourself busy doing shit that's productive, like you just have less time to fill with, you're not bored. So when you're not, usually all these bad habits that people have in general is usually just a result of being bored, which means you're not doing anything productive. May or may not be true, Anthony. Speed matter. I use TradingView and I use TopStepX. Yeah, I know there's different things you can set up on your phone too that will, block you from going on certain apps after you've hit like a certain time limit of screen time. So, nothing wrong with using those. Hey, it's just like going bowling for the first time and your parents put up the little what do they call those? The guardrails on the gutter. The gutter rails, so you don't just throw the bowling ball into the gutter nonstop. Ruin all your confidence. Sometimes you got to put up them gutter rails in your own life. Why are we pumping? Did Trump say something? I mean, there's been a lot of headlines so far this morning. Yeah, Trump did say, here, I screenshotted it. Because it might make for a good little, like, look back on. This morning at 8 o'clock my time, Trump Truth Social, I don't know, what is it, tweeted? Truth Social, he truthed. The United States has a chance to do something that should have been done decades ago. Don't be weak. Don't be stupid. Don't be a panikin, aka a new party based on the weak and stupid people. Be strong, courageous, and patient, and greatness will be the result. And just look at, like, Europe said that they're ready to negotiate tariffs. I believe China and Japan, there were some headlines coming out of China, Taiwan, and Japan this morning as well regarding wanting to sit down and, I don't want to say bend the knee to Trump, but ready to talk, ready to negotiate some stuff. So yeah, that's all positive. And again, it's all about like the overall sentiment. Whatever the overall sentiment is, this market will squeeze people the opposite direction, right? So if most people are like, you know, I saw some people talk about Black Monday today. Yeah, if enough people are expecting lower, then we're just gonna go higher. We're squeezing these people. It's still Monday. It's the beginning of the week. So, you know, if you're thinking about a weekly power of 3 as well, I think there's a lot of ICT traders, like the way that we all view the market, we still see lower. So it would make nothing but perfect logical sense to manipulate higher on the weekly candle, put in a higher wick, and then see a little bit lower. So we'll see as the week progresses how the data looks, but so we still have bearish SMT at this current high. Just kind of waiting to see if price shows more displacement to the upside. If we get it, where is the yeah, this trading view lag is annoying. Oof. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even want to think about upside at this point. Not yet. I'm not even gonna bother. I do copy trades, yeah, on Top Step X Speed Matter. I don't copy trade on TradingView. I know that was your question. It was can you copy trade on TradingView? And I believe the answer is no. If you have a bunch of Tradevate accounts that you can copy. I just don't think you can do it through TradingView directly. Someone said muted. I'm not muted. Hello. No, I think I'm good. Mic is lagging. Oh, I'm touching it. I'll stop fucking with it. My bad. Tyler, I enter longs, but I cut my trade before my final target. Is that considered fear, or I'm just not being greedy? I caught a 1 to 2R. I mean, it always comes back to your plan. Like, I don't know what your plan is. If your plan is 1 to 2R fixed and you took it off at that level, then I think you followed your plan. You know, it's just honest self-reflection, right? How did you feel in the moment? Were you taking it off at 1 to 2 because you were just afraid, or like was the highs your target and you took it off early because you were just like, you know, you had that feeling of that fear of it pulling back on you or something? It all depends if you follow. Usually I'm pretty simple. Like if you followed your plan, you're good. If you didn't follow your plan, then you probably made an emotional decision, right? Without logic, without like any sort of logic that made you like switch your trade up or switch your management up, right? Like if price didn't show you a reason to get out early, then it was probably a little bit on the emotional side, but those problems are a little bit better to have. It's always better to be making mistakes and still be on the right side of things. Those are a little bit easier to deal with, but you know, you can mark it up as a reference. You can look back at it and say, yep, this is you know, what you missed out on is what you is your punishment, so to speak. Look at this pump. Jesus. All right, well, we've traded above this high in AS now. No more SMT. Holy cow. Whoa, I mean, what are we doing? Look at this pump. Holy cow. Oscar, was that you in the chat that said free money when you said something like going short right here? Oscar, come on, Oscar. You remember you said that, Oscar? You said free money like right here. Don't, come on. Oscar, remember you said that? Oh. What is my opinion? Oh, Oscar just said, what's your opinion on OF demand dropping 11%? You mean OnlyFans? Is that true? If that's true, I guess that's fantastic. I wish they'd ban OnlyFans. They should ban OnlyFans. They should ban porn. I mean, Elon should get all the porn off freaking Twitter. You know, all this talk about possibly banning TikTok, but yeah, you're gonna keep all this porn in everybody's face. That's pretty ridiculous. What a crazy pump, boys. Smile and wave. Smile and wave. You guys know what you guys know what kind of time we're on today. No. Are we back? Are we back or not? No. Oh, shit. Sorry. L Trump. You know, retain. You keep that same energy. You keep that same energy. Same time this same time next year. You keep that energy, would you? Bunch of haters. Bro, this pump is actually fucked. Look at this thing. I just think what's crazy is on this 1 minute, how there was like almost zero opportunity to long. Like, I can just picture some of you right now. Like, we talked about that bullish breaker here on the 1 minute, for an example. Like, I can just picture some of you right now, like, how you were probably eyeing up this long after this low was taken. And, like, the fact that it didn't give you, like, much of a quick it didn't give you much of, like, a patient opportunity to enter this, right? It was just like, we're going. This is pretty, I mean, wow, dude. What a pump. We're up 2% for the day. Just erased all of that gap from yesterday. Here's our low resistance liquidity that we marked out on Friday. Well, is it safe to say, even if we're looking to get long, that we would maybe want to see a pullback first, or not? I think maybe, possibly, potentially. Yeah, I'm not a participant in any of this today, though. Crazy movement. It's manual intervention, bro. Price doesn't move like that. I agree, Retain. This feels like the market knows something that we don't know as of right now. Remember, there's a closed board meeting with the Fed going on. Hang on, Trump's doing more Truth Socials. Oh, he's sharing like news clips. President Trump has secured more private investment in his first 11 weeks than Biden secured over his entire first term. Ooh. Hey, retain. Explain that shit. God dang it. Whatever. You get the point. What is that number? 1.5 trillion? President Trump see, guys, this is the headlines. Look at this. President Trump considers 90-day pause in tariffs for all countries except China. For all countries except China. It's just kind of funny. Yeah, fuck you, China. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. For anybody from China in here, don't be pissed. I don't know why these ads always pop up. Yeah. See if there's anything else I missed here quick. Stixner. I was reading. I'm subscribed ever since Trump got inaugurated. And here's a tip of advice. If you guys remember, if you guys were trading at all during Trump's first term, you guys know that one tweet out of nowhere can have the market acting crazy. One, so always trade with a stop loss, especially now. And then two, I just always kind of want to be in the know, so I went ahead and subscribed on Truth Social and put alerts on. Like right now my phone's just going nuts because he keeps sharing shit, but yeah, Truth Social, and then I'm subscribed to a couple things on Twitter to kind of see these headlines as fast as possible. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I just feel like I don't know how to trade this right now. Everything just feels really risky. Don't it? Your technical analysis don't match with my trading. No, Malif, I have not been in a trade yet. And every time I try to switch time frames or do anything, the chart is like just frozen for 10 seconds. I mean, even this looks suspect now. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this at the moment. I will not lie. I don't know what bias I should have at this moment. This move looks suspect to me at this point. Crazy rally, yes. Feels like it could be a trap. Get everybody and their mother feeling bullish again just to say, yeah, fuck you, buddy. Just kidding, LOL. Thanks for your freaking liquidity, bitch. Forgive my language. Still working on my French. I've been trading for a little while, Malif. I first got introduced to the markets in 2016. Looked at them for all of like 5 minutes, basically. And then I didn't really do anything with trading until getting involved in crypto in 2017 a little bit, and then another break until like late 2019, like mid to late 2019. And then I took trading seriously from then, and I've been trading ICT concepts. Before ICT concepts, I was trading like supply and demand predominantly, which was a lot of smart money philosophy and logic. So I like to think that I was like a smart money concepts trader a little bit longer than since 2022, but you could say I've been trading ICT concepts maybe for like 2 to 3 years now. 3 years, I'll say. But otherwise, yeah. First few years was just trying every strategy under the sun. You know, following scammers, paying for education, doing all sorts of shit, man. Forex, crypto, stocks. Never did. I did binary options. I never did like actual like stock options. Yeah, I like to think I left no stone left unturned. I'd say that. They are unable to confirm the pause on tariffs. Nobody in the White House has confirmation of it. Yeah. It's hard. Like I said, it's hard to say. Like, the market will likely know these things before we do. Like they say, boys and girls, sometimes the best trade is no trade. I mean, the logic was here with this internal range for sure. 1 hour gap, and then we just pump straight to these equal highs. And then this crazy, I don't know what this was, honestly. I don't know if this is just like reaction to the headlines or what it is. Be interested to see if this level holds or not. I'm not in anything right now. Isaac says new low of day would be funny. That would be kind of funny, wouldn't it? I thought that's where we were going to start the day off. We got to that 1 hour gap at 7:50, 7:48. And then we got this crazy rally. Fucking nuts. That's 10%. How many of you guys have ever seen a 10% rally in 30 minutes? Not a dump. I'm not talking about a dump or like a crash. But how many of you guys have ever seen a 10% move on the NASDAQ? Almost 1,700 points in a 30-minute window. I think that's a first for me. Yeah, OMFX sounds like a lot of people are having issues with it. Yeah, Anthony, that could be the case. Just stay sidelined, really. I mean, the VIX is just going out of hand. It's. I wonder where the VIX tops out at. You know, maybe it has already, but like I said, yeah, last time we were at these levels, you can go back to COVID, you can go back to the '08 crash. For most of us, I don't know. Some of you guys probably were trading around COVID time. I don't think any of us were trading around '08. I was too busy picking my nose in 3rd grade when I should have been trading and buying real estate. I should have been busy picking my nose, pulling out my wedgies. Instead, I should have been buying real estate in 2008. What an idiot. What a loser. What a loser, dude. Freaking playing Pokemon on my Game Boy. Level's not looking like it's going to hold here. I told you guys this move looked a little suspect. Bro, people are getting absolutely destroyed this morning. I'm almost, like, I don't know. I'm afraid to ask the chat. I'll do it anyway. Fuck it. Let me know, boys. Anyway. Yeah, crazy crazy market movement today. Crazy movement. Like the stream if you're at least enjoying witnessing history. I think this is a first for all of us. We're all gonna remember where we were when the NASDAQ pumped 10% in 30 minutes. That is pretty wild. It's kind of badass, not gonna lie. Oh, man. Oh, brother. I wonder if we just accumulate. That's 10:30. I don't know. Let's give it through this hour, see how we play out. If we get through this bearish gap, I mean, we'll create a bullish breaker here. Oh, let's frame something up. What would that look like, boys and girls? What would it look like? What would it feel like? Bro, you can't even trade a micro. This is nuts. I mean, you could, I guess, but yeah, I mean, yeah, you could trade one micro. On like a 150K size account, though. I mean, that's crazy. That's a lot of risk for a 50K account. I think, unless you're just full port. I mean, just saying screw it and send it, but that seems like a lot of risk. See if it wants to give a level like this. We already got this inversion, but I wouldn't really hedge my bets on just that just yet, but hit the 5-minute gap on ES here. Bearish gap. BPR, actually, sorry. Yeah, SMT probably goes lower. Don't tell, bro. How crazy would that be? We pump 10% to the upside in 30 minutes just to maybe give us still a limit down day. Oh my God. Wow. Could you guys imagine? Could you guys imagine? Oh, brother, is that going to short? Is that going to short? Might short. There's your change in the state. One minute, 3 minute, 5 minute. I'm tempted to give this one attempt. Like, take it back to the 9:30 open. Yeah. It's actually not bad. This is crazy. This is micros. Like, you got mini risk here, but it's like you're trading a micro. It's pretty crazy. I'm gonna try this once. Yeah. One micro contract. I'm not gonna be touching my Top Step X accounts today. It doesn't look like. Might not get this fill anymore because we already tapped it. I might be a little late to the party. We are leaving behind a 2-minute gap there with that candle closure. Let's see. Wants to give it to the kids. Pause. That sounded bad. We'll see. If it just sells off here, then we're fine, I guess. But you guys can see the logic with the short here. Or hopefully, guys, you could see what I was looking at, right? Created this SMT here internally with ES. We hit a 5-minute gap on ES with this drive higher. Immediately, we trade lower, getting closures below here on the 1-2, 3-minute. I actually really liked the way that this 3-minute looked. Get this change in the state. We immediately come up, tap the open of that candle, sell off straight away. So that would have been the entry. I obviously hesitated here, so I might miss out. I'm not mad about it though, just because like I don't know, today's been kind of wild. So scary. Anyway, yeah, looking at the chat here, I still have my limit set in. We did form a 2-minute gap right where my entry was as well at that 3-minute. So if we want to maybe trade back up and grab that, I'll let it fill my order. Looking to take it to 9:30 open. Gives me about a 1 to 2, almost even. So I think I'd be content with that. But yeah, looking at the I'll have to probably do a repull here if I get filled on this. But as of right now, most people are flat. Yeah, I mean, actually, yeah. Second is green. Most people are green. 22% regret waking up today. We'll close that off. We'll check again later if this trade gets filled. Look at the 1-hour wick. Speaking of, I was going to do this today. That kind of looks fucking nasty. Yeah, the 1-hour wick is absolutely disgusting. Oh boy. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's... Might not have the juice to come back for me. Let's see here. If we trade lower, I think this gap gets left as breakaway. This has to become a swing low if I'm gonna get picked up, in my opinion. But yeah, here's the 1 hour. I know I'm kind of covering with my camera here. This is the 1 hour chart. If it'll let me drag my thing over. 1 hour chart down here, bottom left. Pretty gnarly wicks on both previous 1 hour candle. Now this 1 hour candle as well. We got like 17 minutes left on this 1 hour. Pulling back here, might get picked up after all. Let's see. This will be my only trade attempt for the morning, guys. It's kind of my thinking here. Just risking 1 micro. Tyler, can you answer this? Why you take short when we are 25% of the opening range? Could easily go higher. I'm just looking at this move up that we did over here. And I would have wanted to see this hold bullish if we were going to continue higher. I was framing up a possible long from here with this price, and then we hit the 5-minute gap, SMT'd, and died. So creating an inversion with all this price. My draw earlier today was lower anyway. So I'm just giving this a try. Just got tapped in, boys and girls. See, what do we want to do here? And yeah, if we go higher, I'll take an L. It's whatever. Risking 1 micro. I'll take my L and bounce, but oh yeah, I think it looks all right. Not a big fan of this 5-minute candle closure we just got. Top left of my screen here. Forming a bullish order block. And created an inversion on this 2-minute fair value gap that I was shorting. We'll see though. I'll give it give it a little bit here to see what we want to do. We are still holding the inefficiency on the 1 minute. Here's what we look like on the 1 minute. I've been watching on my top monitor. Like that reaction. Knock on wood. Yeah, we do have macro beginning in a few minutes as well. Can I start up an ICT training course? I mean, just ask whatever questions you got for me on the live. I'll try my best to answer them. I try to explain everything to the best of my ability while we're on live, like trades I'm taking, thought process, etc. I got a lot of videos or whatever on my YouTube already for free. But yeah, no, I don't have an interest in making a course. But yeah, this trade is not like super high risk or anything for me, guys. I mean, it's 1 micro. I'm risking $449 for this trade setup for a 1 to 2 hour. And yeah, it will likely be my only trade attempt for the morning. I'm not going to push it too hard today. And yeah, I did not take this trade on the top step X accounts. Too much risk even for micros. Even for 1 micro, really. Keeping my eye on this 5-minute chart, you can still see the logic in this price. The 5-minute, like I said, we created that 5-minute bullish order block. We came down and tapped it. And now we're kind of respecting it, looking like we may just push right through. So the 5-minute flipped on me. But I just let this trade fail. I don't really want to jump out of it early. Macro is beginning. Yeah, pushing right through here. I jinxed it, boys. I jinxed it. I said nice push out of there, knock on wood. And then we went straight up from the moment I knocked on that wood. The moment I knocked that wood, it went straight up. Didn't stop me out there. About to, there we go. So that failed on us. Yeah, 5-minute flipped on me. That was the opportunity to hop out of break even, though. That tap off that OB. Macro is now just beginning. Let's see what the end of the hour has in store. Yeah, 449 there. Ah, shucks, right? Ah, shucks. You're long? All right, good luck. Good luck. Revenge trade, Tyler, he says. Don't fucking tempt me, Jorge. I'll do it. Yeah, be interested to watch this hourly close. Here's your new week opening gap, obviously. Be interested to see if we close above there finally. So yeah, if you're waiting for the hourly closure on this candle, then that definitely saved you from even entering in a trade here. What do I think about if it gets inversed? Yeah, then I think that we'll at least see recent highs. Obviously. Would be my guess. Hourly closure in like 6 minutes, boys and girls. My best guess would be with that you could look for longs into this external high here. Sounded like some of you folks were already long. Bastards. No wonder I lost. Paper trading? No. Pattern trader. I'd only seen one of your videos recently where you backtested 5 minutes CISD at the beginning of the session looking at 2 hour. Did you leave that strategy? I was just backtesting. That was just a series I did where I was backtesting different models. You just gambling if you trade this PA? I guess I see why you'd say that. I don't know if I totally agree with that statement, but Yeah, Trump just tweeted. Yeah, waiting for this hourly closure here. We got like a few minutes left on it. Looks like we will likely get a closure above new week opening gap. I don't know. Like I don't see an opportunity here as of the moment. Other than this bullish breaker. You're all good, radiation. The juicy long was today's perfect play, says Rita. The juicy long? No. I guess so. Yeah. Oh, this is a new-ish headline, I think. 25 minutes ago, Trump says that the U.S. on track to fully eliminate capital gains in 2025. Capital gains tax. That'd be a reason. That'd be a reason to invest in the markets. Hourly closure, guys, in 10 seconds. Looks like, yeah, that will be the case here. The best thing you can do now, boys and girls, is just scroll through social media and try to find everybody else who made a fuck ton of money off the huge pump today, and then beat yourself up for it if you didn't catch it. That's the best thing you could do. You know, after revenge trading, that's the best thing you could do. So second best thing, I guess. Well, yeah, according to what I'm seeing, man, it sounds like I mean, there's no shortage of headlines today, that's for sure. Looks like a lot of countries are reaching out to negotiate with Daddy Trump. But yeah. New hourly opened here. Slight wick lower into this breaker block. And 5-minute FVG. No kidding. What's up, Holstein? Wasn't it today? Decided to trade pre-market. I traded Asia last night and was up 1,600. I should have closed my account there, but didn't. Waited for my edge, ending the day up 750. Oh, you're still up though. Green is green. We'll take it. Can we get NVIDIA analysis for new entry? Can we get NVIDIA analysis? I don't know. You want me to tell you? Are you day trading it? I don't know. I don't day trade NVIDIA. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother. It's gonna follow probably closely with what NQ does. And right now I'm expecting to see more upside on NQ. No, Alex, I've never traded options ever. I've never traded options ever. Yeah, I know very little about options. Truth be told. Tyler, how do you feel about people who take your signals on their fundeds and end up blowing it? Well, yeah, these aren't signals, guys. I think that should go without saying. These are definitely not trade signals. But what do I think about people that do copy trade? I think they're doomed. Even if I won every single trade I ever took ever and I had a 100% win rate, they're still doomed. That's what I think. A quick tutorial on how to apply to McDonald's. Oh, yeah. I'm actually about to look up a YouTube video about that right now. Gonna have to look that up. You know? If these markets don't bounce soon, this will be us soon.
Back where you fucking started, Wagey. Someone has to fucking flip the burgers, dumbass.
But hey, if you've taken an L today, let me ease your mind with a little Michael Huddleston positive reinforcement.
You're going to do it wrong. You're going to have transactions that don't pan out, that are profitable. And it doesn't mean you can't trade. It doesn't mean that your system's flawed. It doesn't mean that you won't eventually become long-term consistent. It just means that individual decision didn't pan out for you, and that's okay. That's one of the main takeaways I want you to understand.
It's okay. News related stuff in trading, Danny. Forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com mainly, and then in today's current environment and just recently in the last couple of weeks, really since Trump got inaugurated, just paying attention to headlines for crazy volatility. But otherwise, yeah, just Forex Factory. Just looking at red and orange folders mainly, filtering everything else out. But yeah, you can see why I'm just choosing to stay sidelined here. Nothing was really jumping off as like a really great opportunity here. 5 minute, we trade back up into this 5 minute BPR here on the NASDAQ. Previous 5 minute candle, we come up a wick. Week close. And if anything, we're potentially getting ready to set up a 5 minute inversion to still play short. It's just tough, dude. You know, the 1 hour close back above this new week opening gap, we are like really in, honestly, just, yeah, an area of price where it's like, you could probably keep mentally putting yourself through the grinder here, telling yourself, oh, we're going short, we're going long, we're going short, we're going long. We could go long here, we could go short here. All four, at the end of the day, you could look back, realize that we had a 10% pump of 1,700 point range just for price to now. Remember, the one thing I said in here was, I was like, I wonder if we just accumulate. I don't know if you guys remember me saying that. Like, I wonder if we just accumulate. So I took my one attempt here. And the reason for that is because my thought process would be that like a little internal seek and destroy profile could be what we're headed for. You know? And I like to think that that is part of my edge, is like, based on your expectation, right? If something doesn't play out or something's not working, it's kind of like somebody that's like forcing or imposing their will on the market, right? Like I really want to see downside. I really want to see upside. I really want to see market expand. I want to see market do X, Y, Z. But it's like, okay, that's great. You can want that. But usually trying to demand that ends with some heartache and unnecessary losses. So how do you avoid those extra paper cuts, right? I like to think that's part of my edge. I'd like to avoid even more, but sometimes they still get me. Yo. Abdikani, dude. I'm not... Like, you realize the more you type your question, the more it makes me not want to answer it. But anyway, how much should I risk on a funded account? I have 2,000 drawdown after I pass the eval. How much would you risk per trade per day? I risk anywhere between $200 and $300 on my 50K accounts. But I'm copy trading multiple of them. $250 to $300 is kind of my personal sweet spot, what I like to do. But as I get more cushion on it, like right now I'm a little bit above the buffer after my payout, so I'm going to build up a little cushion on this. Still keep taking Payouts with these as I earn them. But yeah, I could see myself scaling up a little bit now that I've got more cushion. But hey, at the end of the day, it's your account. So as my brothers in Christ, the Hodge twins, always say, do whatever the fuck you want to do, you know? I just trade NASDAQ, Alex, mainly. I look at ES for SMT, but yeah, at this point, I pretty much just execute on NASDAQ only. Sometimes to my detriment, but it just makes it easy for me. Yagnish, no, I already ignored your question like 20 times. I'm not analyzing the Nifty 50 chart. I don't even know what that is. Is that even a thing? The Nifty 50 chart? What the fuck is that? Fucking Nifty 50. Yeah, I haven't put anybody in the VIP room in a while. It's probably time for that. Yagnish, you're going to the VIP room. Fucking Nifty 50. What the fuck is a Nifty 50? All right, Yagnish. I'm sending you back to India. But bro, why you no check Nifty 50 chart? Oh, bro, don't do these. Bro, don't put me in VIP room. I behave. Yeah, too late, Nifty 50. I put you in the Nifty 50 room for 10 minutes. I'd recommend a shower. I'm just kidding, Yagnish. Relax. Holy cow. Have a sense of humor. NASDAQ will hurt your feelings more than I ever can. Come on. Yeah. I'm gonna after I check the Nifty 50 chart, I'm gonna check the Peppa Pig 2027 future chart. Yep. What do I think about that super liquidity and strong reverse was risky. What do I think about that super liquidity and strong reverse was risky? Sure. I don't know. Here we go, boys. Look at this shit. Well, let's see what happens, boys. Boys and girls. Crazy, dude. Look at this 1 hour. What the fuck is this? All right, well, here's that low. Oh, yeah, we didn't want the first 5-minute gap tap. We wanted the second one. Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Oh, sure. I'm sorry, I'm just complaining. Because I love gambling. Yeah, I'm just curious to see if in the next like 10 minutes, if we keep going through this low or if we actually get that like little internal seek and destroy accumulation. What's up, man? Kind of looking like that. Yeah, wicking this low, no displacement, little follow through. So any range bound price in here would be, to Thomas's point, that to me that's where I would then look at this chart and be like, okay, yeah, this is just one big stop loss fest, you know. But yeah, a little disappointing, honestly. If we saw price just like die off here, I'd be a little sad, just because I feel like I took a really good trade in terms of just like everything you'd want to see in an entry model here, right? SMT at this high, hit a 5-minute gap in here already. We inversed all of this to the left, and then we make one more push higher for this gap on the 5-minute. No SMT at this high. Like this is where it would have made like, I flipped over to ES. I'm like, man, if we're gonna short from here, like I feel like I would have liked to have seen SMT there as well, which we don't have. This is the ES chart. The SMT was here. So this is just kind of, I don't know, to me it's kind of indicating that it's about to get a little messy, but yeah, man, took my one attempt and she didn't want to give it to me. You know. Today is straight with those stop loss. Oh gosh. Well, yeah. So, couple things to keep in mind. So obviously tomorrow, no news tomorrow either. I will be streaming tomorrow. I'll probably, if there's a day that I don't stream this week, it'll be Wednesday morning. But as of right now, I think I'm planning on streaming. Might just be more of a tape read type of a day. Like I told you guys at the beginning of the stream, my expectation going into this week is going to be more cautious through CPI. So more cautious through CPI numbers. If you weren't already using a lot of caution this week with how volatile we are. But yeah, otherwise, the only thing to keep in mind, guys, is the price limits. So if we do see price continue this sell-off today, if you're on Top Step or other firms that have the price limit down rule, I put the 5% limit at 650. The 7% price limit rule, which is from the CME website, is 321. So I just measured up 2% from that. So 5% puts us right about that 650 level. So just be mindful of those levels, guys. Might be worth putting them on your chart just to avoid any sort of, you know, automatic liquidations or anything like that if we do get closer to those levels. The plan going into the day for me, honestly, was a little shot from the get-go. Initially did want to see this drive lower into this 1 hour gap minimum. Didn't give it to us because market opened up and basically went straight there. Then we got this God pump. This God pump of 10%. And yeah, now we kind of just keep wicking these lows into this 15-minute gap. And yeah, I just think that its price is looking like, for the short term here, at least maybe like the next hour or two. I could be wrong on this, but it's given me the indication that I think that we could see some ugly chop maybe in here. Or maybe even like a slow grind higher, if anything. But this move lower here to me has become high resistance ever since this hourly close. That's why I said, like, I'm looking at this 1 hour candle, these 1 hour candles, and seeing that, I was like, look at how this 1 hour candle is formed. We got this 1 hour close and we're trading back down. We just took the previous 1 hour candle low. And to me, we have a lot of price action to fight through to go lower at this point in the short term. So it's kind of a tough read at the moment, but that's just where we're at. But yeah, man, hope you guys stayed mostly safe today. I know that Could have been a little bit of a mixed bag after that. I ended up on the red side today after taking that one trade attempt lower. I thought it was a good trade, like I said. I guess I don't really have a huge problem with it. Kept the wrist tight. Little paper cut. Still in good shape. Didn't revenge trade. Didn't do anything. Didn't do anything out of character, out of emotion or revenge after the fact. So sticking to the plan, man. That's all you can do. Control what I can control. Yeah, you guys got to start looking into the Nifty 50 chart. I think I probably That's crazy. I've actually never heard of that. I didn't even know that was a thing. And I still don't know if it's a thing. It might not be. Would you be surprised if the day ends with an... I'm honestly, Jeff, at this point, I'm not going to be surprised with anything. I mean... No. Yeah, market's going freaking nuts right now. So, yeah, the best advice I could give would just be pick your shots very, very carefully, very wisely. And don't force it if you're wrong. I mean, that's all you can do, guys. I mean, that's kind of like just trading 101. Like, pick your shots, be calculated, be precise, be smart with your risk. And if it's not there and it doesn't play out, don't force it after the fact. Like, you can, the reality is you can live with the little cuts. You can live with those. What you can't live with is blowing up out of stupidity over and over and over again. You know, so that's really all there is to it at the end of the day. Really, whether you're in these conditions or not, but especially when these conditions are present, it's even easier to it's even easier to make silly decisions, I would say. Bro, too much stuff for you. No, Junaid. Donald Wap and $5, Pellin? Son of a gun. Anyway, guys, all right, I'll leave it there for the day. Let's see how the day plays out. I'll be live again tomorrow morning. And yeah, just be safe. Don't be degenerate. Good luck and happy trading, everybody. Appreciate you showing up. Like the stream on your way out if you'd be ever so kind. Your boy would appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Sits at his desk, coffee in hand. The NASDAQ chart's on his screen. He's in command. He's a day trader, chasing dollars and dreams. Using ICT concepts, he's got some tricks up his sleeves. From Fibonacci retracements to volume spread analysis, Tyler knows the smart money. He's gaining an advantage. He watches the market like a hawk in the sky. With every tick and every turn, he's catching the high. Running with the smart money, kicking up dust. Tyler trades a day trader you can trust. Dancing with the bulls, riding with the bears, making moves, taking risks, he's a millionaire. With the bulls, riding with the bears, making moves, taking risks, he's a millionaire.